Who is ready to try grasshoppers?
Nope.
Josh?
Nope.
My biggest skeptic.
10-4.
Come on. Go in for grasshopper. Come on. Is that good or is it not good?
I think I got a grasshopper in my mouth.
Is it good or not good?
All it is crunchy.
If it's not good, say it's not good.
We went from owning our own urban fashion line in downtown Seattle to leaving it all and buying 10 acres of land and a barn in northern Idaho with our parents, who sold their home of 40 years. All with a vision of refashioning our lives, centered around simplifying and slowing down, reconnecting to source. This is our journey. This is Homestead Fashioned.
So fall is definitely in the air. The days are getting shorter and the evenings cooler. So with that in mind, we want to get the orchard planted before the frost starts setting in.
So behind me is our future orchard. So I've gotten done weed eating all of this, and you can see it's just above the house here. I still have this to weed eat, but we're gonna plant about 20 fruit and nut trees. Probably not the nut trees, well, most of the fruit trees. So apples, cherries, peaches, plums, most of what you can think of is going to go up here. So we're going to have about 20 different trees that are going to be planted up in this area up here. It's kind of cool to start clearing the land. And we're going to I want to get the trees in the ground during the fall. I'll need to do a little more sort of like leveling of the ground and make it a little smoother. You can see there's some choppiness to it. But and there's a big burn pile here, so we're gonna burn that. We can legally burn in about a month, so we'll burn that out, get all of this grass and all the stuff that I'm weed eating, sowing back into the soil, and make this look really pretty up here. It'll also be really cool from the house with the windows here to look out over the orchard that'll sit above us here and supply us all the fruits and yumminess that we could ever want or hope for. There's Glory. Hi, Glory. And so that's kind of exciting. So I'll kind of take you on the journey of planting the orchard here as we go. But as of right now, this is what it looks like. And do a little more weed eating here. And yeah, future orchard. So in all, we're planting 3 kinds of cherry trees, 6 kinds of apple trees, 3 kinds of pear trees, 6 kinds of plum trees, a nectarine tree, and a peach tree. Everything is self-pollinating and hardy down to at least zone 6, which is what we're in, but many of them are hardy down to zone 5 and lower than that. Okay, today is burn pile day. I have, you can see here, cleared out, about a 3-foot path all the way around the burn pile. I've wetted it all down now. We're getting at this early. I don't know how long this is going to take. I've never done this before. Got some kerosene that we're going to put on there to help get this thing started, and hopefully we'll be one pile of debris and brush less in not too long. Here we go. Got 3 spots going. Got my hose up there ready. Look at that. Geez. Okay, so that was fast and hot. It's finally, I think my face is like all puffy and red. Dad said that he could feel the heat down at the house on the porch. It's kind of dying down now, but that was like scary at first. Like, did I make a horrible mistake here? But it's kind of dying down. I'm gonna keep my eye on this thing, obviously, and try to scoop stuff from the outside that didn't get burnt. As it gets less hot and I can get closer to it. But overall, that went as planned. Okay, so we have reduced this down to a few smoldering piles, and that's it. I mean, I think it went as good as I could have hoped, and everything's like pretty much gone. It's pretty awesome. We've got these few little smoldering piles that we'll let the chunks kind of burn down. We kind of raked it together, and we'll rake this out when it's kind of goes out tomorrow, probably. I think all the flames are more or less gone. You know, there's little bits here and there, but it's mostly just burning down to ash. We'll rake it out, and Zach, my cousin, son to my sister, not my cousin, he's my nephew. So Zach, son of my sister, my nephew, will be here in a few days. Him and his twin brother are both plant experts. Zach's gonna come out and he's gonna help me plant this orchard. So that'll be fun to watch. And we'll pick it up when Zach gets here next week. But before we get to that, Mom discovered a neighbor down the road who has cows who sells raw cow's milk. So we got a little family field trip to go pick up our milk. Okay, what do we have here?
Fresh, raw milk, unpasteurized, straight from the teat of some awesome
from the teat
cows.
Oh, that's what's up. Are we gonna Jersey cows? We gonna try this?
We are gonna try this.
Oh man.
It's nice and cold, and
we got the cream on the top here.
Okay, let's crack these open.
Right.
One of them. Oh man.
Look at that.
Oh man. Look at that.
And I only need a tiny bit.
You're not a milk drinker.
I'm not a milk drinker. But this milk, sometimes I would drink. With a cookie.
With a cookie.
With a cookie or in some cereal.
Okay. And cheers. How is it?
It's so good.
Creamy.
Oh.
To the side of mine.
Oh yeah, let me see that. Oh, that's good right there.
Brings back memories of growing up and buying this kind of milk every week. Love it.
I read an article the other day that unfortunately the rise of cavities and bone issues is on the rise in children because we're not getting enough animal fats in our diet. And part of the issues, or one of the things that could be a solution for cavities, is things like actual real raw milk and animal fats that would help improve the condition of teeth and bones in general. So even though I'm not typically a milk lover, I like the idea of having the raw milk because of its health properties.
And so tell me, so how did we come across about this milk? Tell me, because you're the one who discovered this.
I am. Well, our little local mercantile store that's about 3 miles down the road has a big bulletin board that has postings of things people are selling, and there was a big sign, milk for sale, raw milk for sale. And so I took the number down and we called it, and here we are. And we've made some great friends in the process. They're just awesome people.
Yeah, they're awesome. And they're just down the street.
They're just down the street.
And the milk is like, how much is the milk?
It's $6 a gallon.
$6 a gallon. You pay that much for like pasteurized store-bought milk. So that's crazy. And then they'll also deliver it if we want them to for no charge. Cool. Well, hey, raw milk. That's what's up.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
So with the fun milk break done, it's back to work.
So, burn pile is done. You can see right here. All cleaned out. And we've marked everything with little flags that are approximately 20 feet apart-ish, which is about what you want for your fruit trees, depending on the tree. There's some spots that have a little more room that will put things like apple trees and the cherry trees, which need a little bit more room. But in general, everything has enough room to spread out. And got cool little rows, so we'll have a cool view from the house there. And you'll look out, and we'll build a little bridge here. And the previous owner dug out kind of a water trench here to route the water, catch it and route it. So eventually I want to fill that with some river rocks and make a cool little dry stream bed. And then when it's raining, it will have a little seasonal stream probably. With a cute little bridge here that will walk out onto the orchard. Zach will be here tonight and we'll start planting all the trees. I just got the first one up here. We'll start moving stuff up and getting stuff in place.
Okay, I'm here with Zach, the one and only. What are we doing today?
We're getting all your trees planted for the orchard. It's gonna be a lot of digging, but it won't be too bad. It'll be quick.
What's the plan here?
Well, we should get all the trees holes knocked out first, get those ready to go so we know where they're gonna be set at. And then we're just gonna start pulling them out, shaking them out to get the roots ready to go, and then bury them. It's pretty straightforward.
So is there anything, if we do a video and we're talking about how to plant an orchard, is there anything people should know in terms of good tips to be successful?
Always plant your tree the same level as the dirt in the pot. You don't want to go any deeper than the bottom of the tree. You could kill it really easily that way. You want to dig the hole twice as wide as the pot of the tree just to give it some room to spread out with nice fresh soil. You usually want to use compost mixed in with other things to give it some nice light soil and give the roots some extra nutrients to start going. And then water. That's it.
So here we got our bags of organic compost. Here are our trees, and our Glory's already starting to dig holes for us. Wonderful. And here's the crew. River's getting in on the action. Okay, so I guess we should get to work then.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
New orchard is all placed. We'll have almost 20 different fruit trees up here.
First tree's ready to go in.
Cool. So tell me what we're doing here now.
So we're planting the first tree. I dug the hole way deeper than it needs to be so we can bottom fill it with compost because the soil here is super full of clay. So I'm gonna fill it with compost, put the tree in about this height, and then fill it in with some compost and some of the other soil.
So how much space is below it?
A few inches underneath.
And why is that again?
To make sure that the roots have a soft substrate to grow into and expand, because the clay is so thick and packed together. So we want to give them the best start they can.
So we're also, what time of year are we doing? Why are we doing it this time of year? It seems like in my head I would think, oh, you're going to do this in spring when they're like growing so they can put their roots down, but that's not necessarily true.
Once you get towards the fall season, it's a little easier to get the trees into the ground because they're more dormant. They're not in their active growing phase, so it's going to be a little bit less stressful for the plants once they go in the ground at this point of time. But if you do it too late, it's going to be too cold, it'll shock the roots, and there's a chance they might not come back. So right now is about the perfect time. I wouldn't want to wait any longer than now to get these in, and they should be fine. So with these trees, you can be pretty aggressive with the roots. Trimming off of the roots promotes healthy trunk growth. It thickens the trunk up and it promotes healthier foliage growth. Because the roots start growing and then they'll start sucking up more nutrients and it'll push it into the rest of the plant. And you want to pull out all the soil as much as you can to give the new roots some surface area to attach to other soils and stuff, just to give them the best chance they can to get a good start. It also gets some clean soil into the roots, whereas this soil has probably been here for a long time and most likely doesn't contain much nutrients anymore. That's why in bonsais you see people trimming the roots down into a nice round circle, because it thickens up the trunk, keeping the tree small, but it also keeps the root health up to standard and keeps it going really well. So that's pretty good. And then just go a little deeper, a little wider, and it'll be good.
Check. Nice, this is very educational.
Yeah. So anytime you're boiling like pasta, potatoes, rice, even eggs, you should give it to your plants. Inside plants, outdoor plants, either anything like that. Because eggs have calcium in them, which plants need. And you can give that to them, and it's completely natural, so you don't have to worry about over-fertilizing your plants that way. Because with the chemical fertilizers that you buy at the store, you have to do it on a schedule because it could give them chemical burn or it could over-fertilize them and kill them if you do it too often. But with the natural stuff from the water that you boil with your food, it's not going to be a problem because it's not giving it chemicals that are harsh on the plant. It's just natural minerals and things like that that they can take. So you can fertilize them as much as you want with that kind of stuff. And it's really good.
And it's free.
And it's free, yeah.
Yeah, we like that.
We like that a lot, yeah. But yeah, anything, you can even throw your food scraps around the base of your tree, cover it with some soil or grass or something, and that'll help it as well. It's pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, so we're covering the base of the trees with some grass and some leaves and other things like that, just to keep some of the warmth in for the winter time. You want to make sure that the roots are kind of warm while they get started. You don't want them to freeze over. If it does get too cold out, you can always cover the bottom with some mulch or with a frost netting or anything like that, just to keep the frost off of the ground over the roots. That'll give them a better chance to survive through the winter time. These should be fine with the grass we've got now. It's not too cold out, so I think these will be really good.
Last step, and we're done.
For all of them.
20 fruit trees.
20 fruit trees in 4 hours.
So after all the weed eating that I've been doing, I couldn't help but notice that we had a ton of big, fat, juicy, free-range, grass-fed grasshoppers, which got me thinking. Believe it or not, grasshoppers are common fare all over the world. In fact, about a quarter of the world's population, I mean, that's like 2 billion people regularly eat insects. And grasshoppers themselves are like super nutritious. Pound for pound, they have more protein and are higher in fat than beef, chicken, eggs, beans, and fish. They're also packed full of antioxidants and contain 5 times more than a cup of orange juice. I mean, if you think about it, grasshoppers could be like the food of the future. I mean, the world's population is estimated to be like close to 9 billion people by the year 2050. So grasshoppers, besides being super nutritious, require way less water to raise, way less land, way less feed compared to raising like conventional livestock. I mean, around here we're not going to ditch meat for bugs anytime soon, but, no pun intended, it is food for thought. So maybe not surprisingly, there are not a ton of recipes online for grasshoppers. So I referenced a few that I could find and I came up with my own. So after blanching them first, I removed the wings and the legs. I squeezed some lemon over them and then I fried them with shallots, green onions, and garlic. I then made a homemade guacamole with sauteed shallots, garlic, lemon, salt, and pepper. I then toasted baguettes and then added the guac and the grasshoppers. Popped them back in the oven and melted Parmesan cheese over the top. Now, all that was left were some friends who were down to try something new.
It is the right way.
You take
There they are.
our fat and we run our
Grasshopper on baguettes.
so when the
Let's go see what people think of these.
slice big chunk. So you're slicing chunks off with those chunks of fat.
Let's go.
So you
Okay.
chop that up into cubes.
Who is ready to try grasshoppers?
I'm ready. I am ready.
Okay. Come over here. Come over here.
I'm ready for you.
I need to. Josh,
Nope.
my biggest skeptic.
10-4.
10-4, that is
Okay,
true.
babe.
He owns that.
Babe.
I'm gonna take one.
Okay. Go
I'm
for
gonna take
one.
this one right here.
Okay.
Do you like avocado? Do you
I
like
need an
guacamole?
honest opinion.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Going. How is that?
Well, that's really good.
Is it?
But I haven't bitten into the
Oh, you haven't got a grasshopper yet.
grasshopper yet.
Okay. Sparrow. Go in for a grasshopper. Okay, going. How is that? Oh, Sky.
I'll be honest.
All right, first grasshopper bite coming
Okay,
right now.
I need a grasshopper.
Probably just
Okay.
it's just
It's really good.
Amazing.
It's amazing. Grasshoppers.
Now this one is loaded. That's for
It's
you, babe.
loaded, I know. I put that one especially because I needed someone adventurous.
I would imagine.
Hey Josh, come here.
Yeah.
Come here, come here, come here. Come on. Go in for grasshopper. Come on. Come on.
All the kids scream.
Is that good or is it not good?
I think I got a grasshopper in my mouth.
Is it good or not good?
All it is crunchy.
If it's not good, say it's not good.
Super good.
It's super good. Yes. Thank you. Here we go.
Don't you dare! Better push.
Huh? Everyone is eating grasshoppers.
Really good. So,
Good job. Yes. Helen Keller once said, life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. I mean, I think in many ways food is part of that. How do we really know if we like a thing or not if we're not willing to try something new? It's part of the fun of experiencing life. Who knows? Your favorite new food might just be hopping around right now in your backyard.